With this announcement, you may be in dilemma to choose between Lambda Durable Execution and Step Function for building multi-step workflows. But don't worry, we'll explore this new capability in detail with some hands-on demos. By the end, you will know exactly which one or both fits your use case. Let's dive in. So, what is Lambda Durable Execution? This is Lambda's new feature for building multi-step workflows or processes within Lambda experience. When we talk about workflow or multi-step process, there are few cross-cutting concerns comes into picture. For example, suspending particular step, resuming that suspended step, canceling the process or stopping a particular step, calling external system and waiting for the callback, for example, for manual approval, retrying failed step based on our retry mechanism or policy, handling different types of failures, and obviously we need to maintain state across the process. Lambda Durable Function handles all these things behind the scene. We have been provided with Lambda Durable SDK to write sequential code. All these things achieved through checkpoint and replay mechanism, which is referred as durable execution. We'll discuss this in detail in next slide. And there is no additional infrastructure to maintain because it is completely AWS managed serverless. So how it works? Lambda Durable Execution is based on checkpoint and replay mechanism. Checkpoint is kind of saving snapshot of function execution state and storing the outcome at each durable operation. Lambda basically maintaining that running log of all durable operations. And replay comes into play when function resumes from the suspension, failure, or interruption. During replay, Lambda invokes the same function, but execution starts from the beginning and it skips all the completed checkpoints and retrieves the results from the storage without re-executing that successful operation. So, in summary, it resumes the multi-step workflow from the last successful checkpoint and gives deterministic outcome across replays. But be mindful here that we as a developer also has some roles to play to make the whole execution deterministic when we write some code in this durable function. And we'll discuss this in detail later. To explain how Lambda Durable Execution works, I made up this workflow bank account creation with following 4 steps: user validation, account creation, manual approval, and finally notification. And to write that Lambda Durable function, we'll use Durable Execution SDK. And this is the new one. And it does all the heavy lifting behind the scenes for checkpoint and replay mechanism. It has provided durable operations such as step, wait, invoke, wait for callback, parallel, map, etc. Here, after user validation step, I have added one wait operation. There is no real purpose of this wait, but I have added just to demonstrate this wait durable operation. And after this planned wait, in S2 step, it will invoke another Lambda to create account. And once account is created, then the step 3, this is manual approval. And then once that account is approved or rejected, in the final step, we will invoke another Lambda function to send notification to that user. So when we'll first invoke this Lambda Durable function, execution will start from the beginning. And this is users validation, step 1. If everything goes well, this is successful, it will be checkpointed, outcome of this result will be stored, then it will move back to wait state. And during wait, the execution will be paused and this Lambda runtime will be released. So that means you will not be charged during this wait. So once this wait is passed, Lambda Durable Execution will start that replay phase. So and in replay phase, always execution will start from the beginning. Now Lambda SDK will pull all the checkpoints, and now it knows that step 1 is successfully completed and outcome is saved. So it will pull the outcome, all the results, and it will skip whatever is there inside the code. So basically it will skip the step, but it has the results from the past execution, and it will move back to wait. Wait is also passed, so it will move back to S2, which is account creation. It will call that Lambda, and let's say that invocation failed for any reason. It will retry based on that retry mechanism or settings, and then it will move to S3, which is manual approval, where we'll make call to external system or endpoint. Will pass one callback ID. This is unique, and it is generated and maintained by this durable execution SDK. Once this external system will approve or reject that account creation, it will return back that call with the same callback ID, and this durable execution will resume. And as usual, during replay phase, it will again start the execution from here, and it will see this is completed, this is completed, this is completed, and S3 is also completed. So it will move to S4, and which will invoke another Lambda for sending the notification. So we are seeing some immediate benefit here. Though we are building multi-step workflows, we are writing code in sequence using the same Lambda experience. So there is no new learning curve here. And we can use the same tools, editor, troubleshooting mechanism that we are familiar with for normal Lambda development. And there is this built-in retry mechanism if any particular step fails, inbuilt state management for checkpointed operations, and we are not paying anything during wait state. So now probably you are thinking then how it is different from AWS Step Function, because both supports long-running workflows up to 1 year, automatic state management, retry recovery and error handling, serverless architecture, no idle cost, and we can also introduce human in loop. Lambda Durable Function can pretty much do everything that AWS Step Function can do. But there are differences in terms of development approach. Lambda Durable Function is more of a code-first approach, whereas Step Function is declarative approach. So you need to define the workflow using Amazon State Language or ASL, or you can also use Visual Designer tool to drag drop different steps to build this robust workflow. And let's say you are more comfortable in coding, you have good Lambda development experience, and you are building rapid prototypes, then maybe Lambda Durable Function is more suitable for your use case. And in case of Lambda Durable Function, you are keeping both orchestration logic and business logic in the same code base. So sometimes it's very convenient if both are in the same place. You don't have to jump between different tools or different services to understand that whole workflow. Another aspect is complexity. If you are building simple workflows with fewer number of steps, you are part of rapid iterative development where business logic and workflow changes very frequently, then durable function may be the right choice. Whereas if you are building complex enterprise workflows with many steps where it requires integration with many different AWS services, then Step Function may be the appropriate one because it natively supports 200 plus AWS services. Though Lambda Durable provides parallel durable operations, which may work well for simple operations, but for complex, robust use case, Step Function will be easy to maintain and build complex parallel flows. And in case of Step Function, there is no runtime maintenance is required, but for Lambda Durable, we may need to upgrade runtime time to time. Sometime we need to upgrade security patches or packages for library dependencies. And I think this is okay if we opt for code-first approach. Anyway, rollback, retry, recovery logic, error handling, everything is code-based here. for Lambda Durable Function. And even for debugging, we are going to use breakpoints step through same debugging mechanism that we used to do for Lambda debugging. On the other side, for step function, we can use visual execution graph to visualize progress. And if you need to collaborate with multiple teams, then step function is the right choice. Because in case of Lambda Durable Function, everything is part of a same code. And when you work with multiple teams across the organization, then it is easier if it is completely decoupled. So, Lambda Durable Execution is just another tool in your toolbox for building multi-step workflows, processes similar to step function. For some use cases, you may find both are equally fit. There it comes down to your personal choice. Or maybe you will use both, where your agile team is using durable function for rapid prototyping or building mini workflows, which will be eventually integrated with enterprise workflows. Without further delay, let's jump into our hands-on activity, and I will explain there are many new things which are introduced as a part of this Lambda Durable Function.